dragons have returned to Kryn. The dragon men have taken Solace. Its beautiful tree houses lie black and battered amid the stumps of the great Valenwood trees. Capac Draconians, armed with poisoned weapons, enforce a brutal martial law on the survivors. And Solace is only one outpost. The dragon armies control the plains. Only the elven kingdom of Qualinesti stands unconquered. The rest of the plainsmen suffer the most. The long slave caravan hauls hundreds of them to the fortress prison of Pax Vacus. Welcome to the world of Kryn and the legendary DragonLance.
And we're live. Happy Friday, ladies, gentlemen, and others. Woohoo. And welcome to Wicked Studios presents DragonLance, Dragons of Flame, Part 6.
Just saw Gary's picture. That is the best.
Gary, as you can tell, is not with us tonight. He's feeling a little under the weather, so this is what he gets. This picture was taken sophomore year of college.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
At the University of Miami. I'm not even going to explain why he's wearing that, because I'd rather leave it to your imaginations. So anyway, we're here playing the original DragonLance modules in 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons. Getting close to the end of the second module, Dragons of Flame. Although who knows what's going to happen with this crazy group of characters. You really should have ended this 2 sessions ago, but we'll see how long it takes you.
You know, I don't believe any of that.
I don't think we should rush it, though. I think just let you guys do what you're gonna do.
You say that on everything, though. It's like, it should have been this. It should have been that.
Yeah, but
are you secretly trying to get us to speed up? Is that what it is?
No, I'm fine with you guys going at your own pace. I've got nowhere to be. Anyway, guys, I'm Adam. I am your dungeon master here tonight. The master of dungeons. And we are in a sort of dungeon tonight. Master of dungeons. Just want to go around the horn and talk to the other folks. Kim-chan, why don't we start with you? Who are you playing tonight?
Oh, sure. I'm Kim-chan. I'm playing Gorel Nightfoot, the human fighter, rather large fellow. And his adopted dad, Flint Fireforge, the dwarf fighter.
All right. How about Jason? What about you?
Hi, my name is Jason. I am playing Zane, the elven wizard, who is the twin brother of Zarek.
Coincidentally, KD, who are you playing?
I'm playing Zarek, who is the twin brother of Zane. He is a elven fighter.
And then last, certainly not least.
Oh, by no means.
We saved the best for last here.
Aw, what are you sucking up for?
I don't know. Because it's possible I might kill another one of your characters tonight.
There
anyway,
you go. Fair enough.
Will Dot Player. Who are you playing tonight?
Well, as of last week, we introduced the one, the only, the arch wizard, Linus, and I play Golden.
What happened to Swift Fox?
You killed him mercilessly without any cause or provocation.
He's still here. He's in a tomb.
You guys left him in the tomb, yeah.
You know
That's
what?
right.
That's true. He could get raised or become an undead. So,
Yeah. So there's still
get rid
options.
of him. No, he was killed by a wraith. That's
He
what
was
it was,
killed
right?
by Wraith, yeah.
He was killed
Yes.
by a wraith
Yeah.
on a really big crit.
That fucked you up. For those of you watching at home who have only read the books and are expecting this to be even somewhat remotely like the books, you're going to be disappointed.
No.
That being said, we make our own fun here. And where the original group always said, well, they're, the unlikeliest group of heroes. I beg to differ. This group here is the most unlikely group of heroes. The other group from the books were fairly heroic. So, why don't we get into it? Previously on Dragonlance, I didn't write this down, so if I forget anything, just remind me. I was on vacation this week, so
Shut up. Nobody wants to hear that.
I just didn't do anything.
I definitely don't want to hear that.
Thank you, Cleric 2001, for following.
Huzzah!
Ah,
Thanks, Cleric.
So, last week, the group continued their way through the Slamori, but first they encountered a Kender, who seemed to know about them, was sent to look for them by someone he claimed was named Fizbin the Fabulous. And the group, who don't trust or like anybody, eventually followed him just to cry bullshit when it turned out that he was wrong, I think.
He wasn't wrong.
He wasn't wrong at all.
He was just out of order.
Yeah. So he brought them to go see Fizbin. Also met in a prison cell a number of women, including a woman named Marita. And there was a cleric of the Seekers named Elliston who was on his deathbed. And Goldmoon healed him, and it kind of gave him a crisis of faith. And all of the time that he spent worshiping these new gods, when the old gods, in fact, now there's proof that they didn't turn their back on the people of Kryn, kind of made him take pause. That being said, it wasn't enough to convince our group of heroes that they should really help them. They kind of figured, let's fling open a couple of doors, let them out, go about our business. We've got shit to do. Meanwhile, the only reason that they're here is, in fact, to free the prisoners and to distract the dragon army that is there so that the elves, including Zane and Zarek's mother, can flee as safely as possible to a new home, because their ancient home of Qualinesti was in immediate danger as the dragon armies have continued to just take over town and village and city from the north down. They were also told by Linus about something that could help them in the Slamori. Turned out that it was a sword that was in the tomb of Kith Cannon, who was a hero of the elves, one of the first kings, well, the first king of the Qualinesti elves, a relative of, well, distant relative. Thank you, Alex McDonald, for now following. Huzzah!
Huzzah!
A
Thanks,
distant
Alex.
relative of Gilthanis and Lorana, the prince and, well, one of the princes and princesses of the Qualinesti elves, Lorana, in fact, was taken prisoner, and the group found her in a room full of Draconians that were able to rescue her. She decided that she was going to follow the group to prove herself to Gilthanas, and also to stay by Zarek, who she had a child. Thank you, Alex McDonald, for liking the stream. Huzzah!
Huzzah!
Thanks, Alex.
So she had a childhood crush on Zarek during the time that Zarek has been away. That crush remained, so she followed him, not really thinking things through. So now she bit off a little bit more than she can chew, was captured by the guards, luckily rescued by the companions. So that's one rescue. Boom, check it off the list. Good
Check it
enough,
off
some
boxes.
might say. So in the that's not what I wanted. Sorry, I'm trying to do two things at once here. In the tomb of Kithcanon, the group saw an empty scabbard without a sword. Thinking that this may be the help that they were looking for, the item that could help them in their quest, they decided to keep looking. Opened up a couple of doors. What do they find? A sword? Not exactly. They found a giant slug. Took down our man Gorell with one spit of acid.
No, it's acid, man.
It was acid. It was a lot of it, too. But you guys were able to take care of the slug. Lo and behold, who was also in that room? Our good friend Tanis Half-Elven, who the group had already forced out, even though he offered help and knew information about Pax Darkus, which may help them. They said, "No, thank you, chump. We'd rather do it ourselves because we don't trust you." So now he found
He didn't earn our trust yet. Come
Nope,
on.
but now
That's
he
a big
finds
thing.
himself in another compromising position. Immediately after he was supposed to have left, Lorana did say that Tanis had told, basically told her where the group was going, gave her directions, said that he couldn't get back in here because of the magic lock, which only Gilthanas could open. Yet, here he is. And not only is he here, he is holding a sword. And he says to you guys, as soon as you kill the slug, I know this looks bad, but I think you're going to want this.
Get him.
And he holds out the sword, and that's where we start tonight.
Well, the good thing is that Swift Fox is dead, so Linus trusts everybody, so he's got that on his side.
It is a good thing that Swift Fox is dead.
Oh
My
boy.
God!
So Zane will level his staff at the traitorous half elf and say to him, "Put the sword on the ground now."
Hey. Let's not make any rash
Don't talk.
decisions.
Put it on the
here.
ground.
You know what this is, right?
You know what this is, right?
It looks like
That's a staff.
Probably magical, looking at your robes there, friend.
Drop the sword now.
Hey,
Last
Curly,
chance.
look, another half elf. Hi, how you doing? My name's Linus.
He's going to say, okay, all right, look, I got this for you. And he leans down. He's got one hand up. He's got one hand on the sword. He places it very gently on the ground. Left Coast Scott, elves just have no chill.
Linus,
Turn around.
is he a bad guy?
Yes.
Oh,
around.
No, I'm not.
Put your hands on your head.
I didn't
Kneel down
realize
on the ground.
half elves could be bad guys. I thought all elves were good guys. You want me to tie him up? I can tie him up. I'm good at that.
There's no need. There's
Yes,
no need.
tie him
I
up.
can explain everything.
Okay.
Gag him too. I'm tired of his lies.
Gilthanas says, wait. Let's hear him out.
Are you
Why?
sure? I tie a really good knot.
Yeah, please.
Time.
Want me to pick
Time
up the
You
sword?
can still tie. You can still be tied and talk.
Linus will go over and pick up the sword. He'll start dragging it.
Whoa,
across
whoa,
the-
whoa, 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 please. This is don't.
Zarek,
That-
that's yours.
I was going to give it to Zarek.
I can give it to Zarek. I've got muscles.
All right. Maybe Zarek can come and pick it up because this
No,
is
I've got it. I got it.
this sword is Worm Slayer.
Oh, it doesn't look like a
You've
worm
heard of
slayer.
this? And he looks at
Why would you need a sword to kill a worm? Worms are small.
Zane and Zarek. He's ignoring you.
Everybody ignores me. What are you talking about?
This is Kith Cannon's sword.
Would
We
Flint know this
What were
sword?
you doing with it?
Okay, here's the story.
Is he on his knees yet?
Yeah, he is. He is. He's
Oh,
got
good.
he's got his hands up on his head. He
Tie him
listens
up.
to you. He won't resist, and he says, "I made a couple of mistakes. The first being letting my friend," and he looks at Gilthanas, "go with you people alone. Sometimes the human part of me, I make rash decisions.
Careful.
Then my second mistake, because I was still angry, was letting Goldmoon, and I'm sorry, Princess, go off on her own like this."
Oh, you're a princess?
She looks and says, "Yes, as a matter of fact."
Linus has drugged the sword over to you. Zarek.
Yeah, and every screech that it makes and scrape that it makes,
Lord.
you can see a little piece of Tanis's heart dying. So I left. I was headed back, and then I realized that the reason that I was sent here originally with Gilthanas was to help protect him, and I'm sure you don't remember me, but I remember you. When I was a child, Gilthanas was the only friend that I had. It wasn't easy being somebody like me in Qualinost.
You mean a traitor and a liar?
No, I mean a half-elf. And you've always treated me like garbage, even when we were kids. Never letting me join in. And frankly, I was fed up with you then, and I'm fed up with you now. That being said, again, I made a mistake, and I shouldn't have left Gilthanas, and I definitely should not have left Lorana on their own. So I came back. I wasn't sure where you would be, so I came to the door. I found that it was not, in fact, locked. And Gilthanas nods and says, "Well, in order to lock it, I would have needed to use the magic again, and I thought that if we were trying to rescue the prisoners, sending them back through this way would be the best way, and frankly, I wasn't sure if I would make it, and if we weren't able to get them out of here, then our mission would not be a success." So the door was open, Tanis continues. I came in. I saw the marks on the floor. Saw that there was a battle. The only closed door, I happened to look in and I saw the body of your friend. Apologize, but I don't remember his name.
Nobody does.
The chat does.
I am Swift Fox. No, I am Swift Fox.
Oh, God.
So I came looking for the sword. Having studied history and knowing what I know of this place, although I hadn't been inside, I figured, considering there were no tracks here, that you had missed it. And, well, I think this sword could help us in these trying times.
Us?
Yeah, like me, you, the princess. You're
The
really a
world.
princess.
This isn't just about you, wizard. There's more at stake.
He's already said too much. He's a traitor and a liar. You can leave.
I'm not the one wearing the red robes. I'm a good guy.
Oh, red means you're a bad guy? I didn't know that. I thought black was.
Black's even worse.
Too many colors. It's confusing.
It's three. Forget it. It's.
Fizbin wears gray robes. He's a good guy.
I can help you if you'll listen and let me.
You've done nothing to earn trust.
Neither of you.
Ooh.
We've been given the mission by the king of
Right,
the
I
elves,
was given the mission first.
and you decided to spring a trap on us.
Thanks, Zort47FF, for gifting a sub to me to this. Huzzah!
Huzzah! Thanks, Dork.
Thanks a lot. I can give you information about what is in here. I can give you information about Pax Tharkus. Do you even have a plan?
Yes, free the prisoners. Cause a distraction.
Yeah, that's not a plan. That's the objective.
Great.
For example, you know about the defense mechanism of Pax Tharkus, I'm sure.
The dragon.
No. Although rumor has it that there is a dragon here. I'm talking about the building itself.
And how do you know of this information?
Again, I did my homework before coming on this mission.
Likely story from
Homework.
from a member of the other side trying to gain our trust.
If you remember, this was a fortress built by elves and dwarves together. It's only recently that these armies have taken it over. I'm not even sure that they know about this defense mechanism.
Ooh.
But what do I know? I'm just a trader.
Yep.
What about you, Flint? You should know about it. You're a dwarf.
Zane's gonna turn around and start walking away.
Flint will grab Zane's arm, stop him. He's like, he might have information.
I don't trust
We
him.
could keep
I
him.
think
We
he's
can
working
keep
for
him
the other
tied up.
side.
We can keep him tied up.
Okay. He's your responsibility.
Gilthaner stands up and says, "No, he's mine."
Okay.
Here I thought only that the Draconians and the Goblins were the bad guys. Who knew?
And he is
So
right. Gilthaner
we're taking
says
him then. Flint.
he is right about
So-
one thing. We do need.
All we got to
plan.
do is listen to, or not listen to him, but we'll keep him tied up.
Look, I'm willing to go with you. This is a dangerous place. If we get into trouble, I'm not going to be just a sitting duck out there waiting to be slaughtered.
Okay.
At least agree to untie me if there's a fight.
Nope.
What about the rest of you? Does he speak for all of you? A wizard, of all people?
Gag
I
and
thought all of the elves were good people. I say, don't untie him. Oh, I mean, untie him.
Garel looks at him and he goes, "I know him," and he points to Zane. I know him way better than I know you. I trust him way more than I trust you. But If you do know as much as you say, that will be useful.
Until he springs the final trap and turns on us at the end.
If that does happen, and then Gorell like picks up his hammer, if that is the case, he won't live to see the trap sprung. And then even Flint is like, I like that idea.
What can I say to get you to at least listen for a moment? And I'm not
Listened
expecting
for too long
trust.
already.
We've been listening. Flint's like, just say what you need to say. We've been listening.
Fine. Above the front doors of the fortress, there's a series of boulders. It can be sprung to fall in front of the doors, blocking the entrance. The goal is to protect the fortress itself. My thought is that we can use this on the way out to block the fortress from the dragon armies escaping.
At least the dragons, they won't be able to fit through these small hallways.
Well, the dragons can fly. The dragons are a different issue altogether.
Oh,
Truth be told, I'm not sure what to do about those. Although this weapon is designed specifically to fight dragons.
Is he armed?
Oh yeah, he's got a bow, he's got a sword, he's got a
Great.
dagger.
Disarm him.
All right. Flint will take off his weaponry.
Okay.
Give the bow to
I'll take it.
No, the
Carlithlon?
the girl.
To Carla
He's
Fawn.
already
Oh,
got a
to,
bow. That's
Lorana.
not fair.
Lorana?
Give the
Yeah.
bow to Lorana. Yeah.
Oh, she doesn't have a bow. That's all right.
Would you like to know how to get to this? Or are you not interested?
Walk, don't talk.
Where are we going?
Well, you seem to know the way. Lead on.
All right. He'll stand up. I'm assuming you've tied his arms behind his back.
Behind his back, yep.
Okay. And he will, for expedience's sake, bring you back to the chain room that you were in originally.
Is it just a regular bow and arrow?
Yes.
Regular bow?
Yep.
Longbow?
Yeah. The sword. You took the sword, Zarek?
Yeah.
You
had the Wormslayer sword.
Hold on. I'm going to give you.
I don't know.
I'm going to show you guys the sword.
Ooh.
And.
Jinx, you owe me a Coke.
This will be in KD's journal. Alright, so the information on the sword is there. It gives you a +2 bonus to attack and damage rolls.
Nice.
If you're fighting a dragon, it deals an extra 3d6 slashing damage. And you have advantage on saving throws against all dragon spells and breath weapon attacks. The sword is immune to the death throws of the Boz Draconian, so it will not get stuck. It also has the unusual property of buzzing loudly whenever a dragon is within 30 feet of it. The noise is loud enough to be heard by and awakened dragons within 300 feet. And you should have that in your journal now, Katie.
Got it. Thank you.
All right. So, we'll just say that everybody's over in that area. We've got most of the people. The other ones I think I have to bring over. So he says through here. Hold on one second. Sorry. My kids are blasting Adventure Time from the other
Ooh,
part of
good
the
choice.
basement. All right. I'm assuming that's what it is. All right. If you look up here, and he gestures with his head because he can't point. Left Coast Scott. Generally, for dragons within 30 feet, most people have the unusual property of soiling their pants.
That's really not that unusual, actually.
If you climb this chain, you can see where it goes in through the ceiling there. And it's very high up. I don't remember exactly how high, but it's well over 100 feet. I'll find it. It'll be difficult for all of you to go through. And frankly, I think the Kender is the only one that I'm sure will be able to fit.
Okay, I'll go.
Well, let's wait.
And Flint's like, hey.
Wait. If you climb this, you'll be able to get into the room where the defense mechanism is stored. From there, you'll be able to remove the chains and open the door, which will send hundreds of huge boulders down in front of the door. We want to make sure that we do this after the prisoners have escaped. If we can get them, the prisoners, from what I've heard, have been split. Thank you, Al Primario, for following. Huzzah!
Huzzah! Thanks, Al.
There are some that are in the main fortress, and the others who have been taken prisoner to work in the mines are out behind the courtyard of Paxtarchus. So while the ones that are in the fortress, it's possible, ideally, although I don't know how many guards there are inside, it's possible to bring them out through the Slumori. The others will have to go out through the main gate. But anyway, this was just my plan when Gilthanus had originally rounded up his first group to take on this mission.
Well, let's go get the prisoners that we know where they are. Let's get them out of here.
All right, what are you guys going to do?
But we still need to disable that defense mechanism first, right?
It would have to be done afterward.
Yeah, we need to do it
Oh,
after.
afterwards. Okay.
Can I climb the rope now?
It's a chain.
No.
And the chain really is that big compared to you guys.
No worries.
Okay. All right.
All right, let's
We
go.
need to
Let's
free
go
the
get the. Let's go to the other prisoners. Back to the room where the prisoners were.
All right. So we will move back. And to give you guys an idea, let's move here first. And I can't get to it because I've covered it. There we go. So this is basic. Oh, you can't see it because there's things you're not supposed to see in here. I'll show you this one then. There's going to be stuff in here that's hard to read. Don't worry about the writing. Just worry about the layout. So if you see down below over here, this is the Slamori. This is where you guys are. This is the chain room here.
I don't see anything, Adam.
I didn't bring you guys over today.
Well, I see black. I see that.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Little square.
There, hold
There
on.
we go. Okay.
Ooh.
All right. So the Slamori is here.
Better.
You guys are here in the chain room.
Mm-hmm.
Where's
That-
the Slumori?
It's over on the bottom left-hand side.
Okay. Gotcha.
This is where Kith Cannon's tomb was. This is where the slug was. This is where you guys are now. There's the tomb where
There's the
Fox
tomb
is
of
buried.
Silfox.
That brings you here. This was that underground basement that you guys went into. This was the area that you explored already. This, so this is where the three cells were, as well as the room where they were holding Lorana. That goes up here. This is basically what the fortress looks like. Behind it is the courtyard. If you look way in the back, and Linus can confirm this, in the back is the very back is the slave quarters, so completely across the courtyard. Off to the west is where the what do you call it? The slave mines are. So now I will bring you back over here. Alright, and oh, that's the wrong one, I think. Hold on. Where the heck? Well, why don't you tell the good people what they can expect here on the channel?
Why, of course I can, Adam. Well, besides, as you know, every Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, we have this lovely show, DragonLance Chronicles. But on Tuesdays
Where the
at 9
heck?
p.m. Eastern Time, we also have Greyhawk Adventures, where I, Will.player, become Will.dm and run them through the original D&D world of Greyhawk. On Wednesday nights, we have currently Wicked City Kindred, where we're playing at 9 p.m. Eastern Time also. Vampire the Masquerade V5. That's their cool way of saying version 5 or edition 5. And for all those who enjoy Greyhawk as well, don't forget, coming up soon is Virtual Greyhawk. There's a little button. If you're on Twitch, we have a bunch of buttons right below the screen where you're watching everything, where you can press one for Virtual Greyhawk Con. It would take you right there. August 1st, you can sign up for events. Also down below, you can find the button to lead you to the Wicked Studio Discord, where you can see us mumble around there. And if you can tell us if we're doing something good, something bad, stuff like that, there as well.
Or just say hi.
Or
You don't
just
have
say
to.
hi.
You don't have to critique everything.
Sure you do. It's the internet. So anyway.
Touche. I do
Yeah.
not know where the fuck that other map went.
And this is why Adam doesn't want you to critique anything. He doesn't know what he's doing.
I don't. It literally disappeared off Roll20.
Things like that happen.
All
See,
right, anyway, we're
you
going to use
notice-
this.
Unlike when these problems would happen with me when I was DMing, I don't say anything. Well, Adam,
That's
on
right.
the other hand, is all like, "What the hell, man? What's that?"
No, it really just the map disappeared.
I know stuff like that happens, man. I'm agreeing with you.
It's weird.
Things never disappear from the internet. What are you talking about?
Anyway, roll 20 if you'd like to be a sponsor. We'd love to have you.
Just bust out a blank screen and draw it.
No, I this right here where you guys are now. You see the screen?
Yeah.
This oops, I'm on the wrong thing. This is the basement. You guys came in from this hallway over here. This is the room that Lorana was in with the Draconians. This is the room with Marita, Elliston, and Fizbin.
This is where the Gully Dwarves were?
Exactly. That's where the Gully Dwarves were. Did you go into this?
There was a stairway leading up to somewhere.
That's the stairway here.
Mm.
Oh yeah, this was just a storage room. This was just the hallway. Thank you, Jeff McDonald, for now following. Huzzah!
Thanks, Jeff.
All right, so you guys are going back to room 40, where Marita and Fizbin and Elliston and there's like 16 or so other women. Is that right?
Did we check out this room?
You did. It's a storage room where they took more stuff from the prisoners. You didn't open anything, I don't think. But it's full of other crates and stuff like that were pretty clearly taken from the prisoners over the weeks that they've been bringing people here. All right, so you go back. Linus, you're going to try to open the door? That's you, Will.
Yeah, let me get my dude open. I take it, so what you're saying... Oh, because we're back at the Doomahicker. I got you.
It's not. It's a cell.
Yeah.
Don't trivialize it. These people are prisoners.
All right, here we go. I'm going to roll. There it is. 20, baby. Wow.
Yep. Open it right up. They're still in.
There you go.
At first, they give a little start, then they see that it's you.
Yeah, Linus goes walking in. I'm back.
All right. Come inside. It's getting close to the time where we would go and bring the children out to play.
Ooh.
Says
Can
Marina.
I come?
Are there children in these cells with them, or is it just the women?
In this cell, no, and Linus could tell you that the other two cells down here just have women.
Okay.
Do you ask where the children are?
Yeah.
Marita says, well, they're on the next level. They have a room where they sleep, a room where they play. There's a room where we can make them some food. And there is an area where they keep their toys and other things to keep them occupied throughout the day. They are guarded by a very old red dragon. Well, while certainly dangerous, I don't know how to say this politely, but I'm not sure that she's all there. And
You mean like girls like you mean like she's invisible?
no. I mean, mentally, I think she thinks that the children, our children, are hers.
Aw.
And well, that's the good news, is that I don't believe, a danger to the children. That being said, I think that makes her more of a danger to anybody trying to remove the children, which is what we would need to do.
Why don't we just take her with us? We could all ride on her back.
Elliston,
we're going to go for...
Elliston.
We're going to go play.
Elliston then stands up. and says, "I'm glad you came back, and I've been thinking of a way that we may be able to get you to the children without causing too much of a struggle. Now there will be guards, but it'll be a risk. But Marita and I agree that it could work. Marita is in charge of the women who take care of the children. There are about, I don't know, roughly 180 children.
Ooh.
There are more female prisoners on that same level. Probably 200, 250 maybe. Including, then there are, of course, the ones that are down here with us, and that's probably about 50 to 60. Then there are the men in the mines. I don't believe that they will risk their families being killed in order to escape. That said, if we could get the women and the children out, perhaps through the way that you came in, I don't know. I haven't, truth be told, been able to explore this area. I've been locked here and I've been ill. This is really the only room that I've seen. But if we could dress you as the women who would accompany Marita, it's possible that we could bypass some of the guards, at the very least. And as Marita has said, this dragon is very old, and suspect how good her eyesight still is. She may not recognize you for who you are.
Gorell says, dress who like women?
Yes.
Oh, you'd make a great woman. We could do your hair up.
Admittedly,
I like you, kid, but shut up.
I'm not a kid. I'm a kinder.
And he just pats you on the head.
Oh, thanks.
admittedly, it's going to be difficult to pass you off as a woman. And the beard is the least of it.
Flint is really laughing at that.
Gold Moon will point out that she will be not much help if we have further combat. She's completely depleted of any magic.
Yeah, and Gorell's really low on hit points. He's not full strength.
Could we take a short rest? Would that help Gorell?
Yeah.
Because you'll get at least your second wind and action surge back. Do you have hit dice to spend?
I'm looking. I don't think so. Didn't you say you used my hit dice?
I didn't use your hit dice, no. I used your second wind and your...
my second wind. Okay, yeah. So a short rest will definitely bring back my second wind.
Yeah.
And
that won't help us with Gold Moon, but that'll bring some of our resources back.
Yeah, at least you guys can get some hit points.
Okay.
So, what do you...
And there's definitely time for a short rest?
I mean, it's still... It's difficult to say because we're locked in here about time, but I would say that we still have probably a couple of hours before they're expecting us.
Okay.
If we try to leave sooner, it may be advantageous to us. My concern is if the guards go into... well, you didn't tell her that you guys fought in that other room, right?
Yeah.
All right, so never mind. She won't say that.
What about the Gully Dwarves that are down here? What do they do?
Gully Dwarves are servants. They don't really do anything. There are some that are cooks, some that are a little bit cleaner and trainable.
Sorry.
That
Would they raise an alarm?
they could. That being said, the ones that are housed down here, and this is where their barracks are, they typically don't come out of that area. They don't like to anger the draconians or the hobgoblins that are here in the fortress. I would think that unless they were specifically provoked, they probably won't be an issue, but I can't say for sure.
These Gully Dwarves speak their own language?
They do, but they speak basically like a dumbed down version of Dwarvish, and they also a lot of them speak Common. Not all, but a lot of them speak Common.
So Flint can talk to him.
Right?
But does Flint want to talk to them?
No.
Well, I speak
No.
Dwarvish as well. Do we know what
Fine.
language?
Flint's like, fine.
Do we know what language the hobgoblins were communicating with them?
I know. I've heard them, and this is Marita talking because she's been the one who's been out. They, when they're together, they'll speak their own languages, or when they're separate, I should say, they speak their own languages. But when they're together, they will speak Common.
Okay. All right. And they don't like to leave their rooms. Then will they if they're commanded? Have you ever noticed them?
Oh, if they will do as commanded.
Okay.
They don't always follow the command exactly as given, but they do follow the commands. They're scared enough to do that.
Great. So we could use that to our advantage. And where is this dragon? Upstairs?
The dragon is between the... Let me make sure I'm right about this. The dragon is between where we would enter into the playroom and the children.
The playroom is directly up the stairs.
Not directly, but it's close, yes.
So we would go up the stairs.
We would go up
into
the stairs.
playroom,
Yes, go into the playroom.
then encounter the dragon. Then
Well,
the children
first,
would belong
first
to
we
them.
would go through the pantry, which would take us to the dragon's room, and from there is a locked door where the children sleep.
And who has that key?
I have it.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, I'd get it from the pantry, but I have access to it.
I
Is
can
there any
probably
other
open
way
it
to
up.
Go from the pantry.
So from there are doors that lead to a long hallway which spans from that map that I showed you before, that the front facing. So there's two towers, and then there's the front facing area. It would go through there. From there, there are a number of rooms, including where the rest of the female prisoners are kept. Most of them are plains people. And there is a door that leads to the outside from there. However, it is barred from the outside. So unless
You have to
it's...
open it from the outside.
Right, unless... And she looks at Gorell and Zarek and Flint. Maybe it's possible to break it open, but other than that, we would need to find another way out, and I'll be honest, I don't know of one. Because that will lead to the courtyard.
where's the mine relative to where we're going to come upstairs?
If you go out that door, that would bring you to the courtyard, and then you're looking at, I don't know, maybe 600 or 700 feet over to the southeast. At this time of day, that's where the men will be.
Working?
Yes. Their barracks would be straight ahead from the door. However, at this time of day, there wouldn't be anybody there.
And about how many men are there?
Hundreds, 400, 500.
And how many guards?
In that area, there are a number. There's also a barracks nearby, but they don't. I would say there's probably 75 to 100 guards. We would have to sneak past. However, because of how they've separated us, the men in the mines have resigned themselves that if they rose up against the Draconians, which they could do in their numbers, well, they knew that we and the children would be slaughtered. There are other Draconians and hobgoblins outside of there, but at any given time, there's no more than, like I said, 75 to 100.
So, if we can get the Gully Dwarves to escort a prisoner over to the mines area,
I think that would cause more confusion than anything, because they wouldn't have the Gully Dwarves do that type of task. The Gully Dwarves are more here to clean.
Who would bring a prisoner over?
It would be a hobgoblin or a draconian, I suppose.
Okay.
That being said, I mean, there are people that bring food and water, other slaves like us, food and water. I don't know the timing.
Well, what if we get the Gully Dwarves to help us poorly? Give them a task that's too complicated for them to satisfy, but they'll try and fail. It'll probably distract the guards to a point where we can utilize that distraction to sneak over to the men who are in the mines and get them to help us depose their oppressors.
Elliston says, well, truth be told, I'm very concerned and cautious about betting anything on Gully Dwarves.
Flint laughs. He's like, yeah.
If we bet on them to fail.
But just the fact that they would be doing something out of the ordinary would raise more alert, I feel, than anything else.
That could be the distraction we need, though. Even if they were to try something new, and just that would distract them into be like looking at them.
Thank you, Faye Jarl, for following.
Huzzah!
Huzzah! I think it's Faye Jarl. Faye Jarl.
Sure. Thanks, Faye.
If we can secure the children and the women,
If we can get them out,
we could always send whoever brings the food and water into the mines and let the men know that their families are safe.
Then they would rise up.
then we would have the numbers.
Yeah. So basically, you just got to get the kids and the women out, and then tell the guys, and there you go.
Right.
Then they'll rise up because they obviously outnumber the
Mhm.
guards. The only difficult thing is then, well, just those pesky dragons.
Those
So,
Right. And getting
And,
everybody out before the rest of the armies come in. Elliston
Well,
says.
where are the dragons? They're flying around outside, right?
The dragons? Well, there's two that we know of.
Mhm.
And Marita will step forward and say, there's Flame Strike, who is the dragon that watches over the children.
Flame Strike sounds like a heavy metal band.
hell yeah, from the 80s.
Yeah. And there is Ember, who is Verminard's personal dragon. I be honest, I don't know exactly where he stays, other than he has he's always with Verminard. Verminard's quarters are almost directly above us, but on the other side of the... So basically almost above... If the children are above the Gully Dwarf area, and we're here, Verminard's chambers are above the room across the hall, and then out through the basement area. So I don't know if he's here. I don't know if the dragon is here. They will sometimes leave, although he has been here at least for the this past week. But he has known to... Yeah, Left Coast Con, I'm pretty sure Ember stays wherever he wants.
Right? Stop reading the chat.
Oh, sorry. Sometimes they just pop up in my vision. So, when alerted, we can be sure that Ember and Verminard will at least come out to see what's going on, and then when they see what's happening, engage. If I would doubt that Flame Strike would, although we haven't been put in this situation, so I don't know for sure. Unless she thinks that the children are in danger, she may stay where she is.
Could we possibly utilize her attachment to the children to our advantage? Like, say that the Draconians are going to come and kill them or something like that. Would she be susceptible to something like that?
Unless she sees it, I don't know. I've never known her to leave that area.
Well, we can
in
start
fact,
getting...
I feel like she's almost as much of a prisoner as we are. And I hate to say it, but I find myself feeling bad for her.
We can start getting some of you out the way we came in.
The women will not go unless they know the children are safe. I've said this before, and we need the children first.
What if we wait until they bring the children back and then start getting them out?
Is there any reason the children would be coming back this way?
No.
And in order to get them down here, we'd have to sneak them past Flame Strike.
Yes. Now, we could certainly say that we're going to bring them out to the playroom. Again, it's not necessarily time for that yet, but I don't know how much she's aware of that. But if we can get them into the playroom, well,
then the dragon would keep them safe.
Well, then we would it would get them past the dragon.
Oh.
If you want, I could make myself look like the really big, scary guy, Verminarius, and I could go and tell the dragon that, hold on. We're taking the kids out for some playtime. Don't you worry. Sounded just like him, didn't it?
Remarkable.
Girl pats you on the
Linus.
head again.
Um,
I like you, kid.
I'm not a kid. I'm a kinder.
Yeah, kid. You keep saying that.
so I don't know. I think this is. If we can do this, if we can get the children out down the stairs and out through here.
That's really the only shot, is just to go to say, oh, we're taking them outside to play.
Yeah.
I mean, the worst case scenario, the dragon says no, and then the kids don't go. And we've got to think of something else. I mean,
that is
she
the worst
said,
scenario.
well, they said that she's not going to hurt the kids or stuff, and if
She
we're
won't hurt the
disguised,
kids.
but if we're disguised as the people that take care of the kids, I doubt if she'll hurt them either. She'll just say, no, you won't, and we'll go, okay.
That's exactly what will happen. Yes, try that.
Okay, I shouldn't take point on this. Everybody knows Adam wants to just kill my character, so we don't want to give him that temptation.
Yeah, send Linus right into the dragon's den. Let's do that.
Dress up Linus.
Linus doesn't care. He's a Kender, dude. He's got no fear.
Yeah, no, it's true.
All right, so getting us up there and into the how many people normally go and tend to the children at any given time?
There's usually about 10 of us.
Okay.
So, Gilthanus will say, if we can get them out through the Slamori, there are paths that my father discussed before we left Qualinost that could bring us to many different caverns to the south. If we can, in fact, block off this door, or the door to the fortress, it would take days for them to be able to get that, to be able to follow with the numbers that they have. Now, certainly there is the dragon, but with the tree cover and the mountain cover, we'd have to hope that the dragon would be at least delayed if we're not able to do anything about him, or them, I guess I should say. We would still need to get somebody. We'd still need to have somebody take the prisoners out and bring them to an area that we can agree on.
Once we get them out of the slumbery.
Exactly.
Sounds like a job for who's your guys' old friend?
Tanis.
No, not Tanis. The other dude, the guy who can't hit anything.
Gilthanus, yeah. Gilthanus, yeah, will volunteer to get them out along with anybody else who wants to help with that. Tanis will offer to assist.
No, Tanis has a job that I need him to do.
Curlithlon will offer to assist since he's not here. Gold Moon will offer to assist with that.
Okay, so who's going to dress up to go get the kids?
Zane and Zarek.
Can I come?
Absolutely will. Don't we need you here to climb up the chain?
Oh yeah, I got to climb up the chain. All right, I'll go.
Can't Flint fit through that?
Flint would have to climb that chain.
He's got bad knees, bad back, and short legs.
Says who? He says.
Wow.
Says who?
Now Flint is going to do it.
Yeah.
That wasn't said out loud.
Yeah. Fizbin says, I could go with them to do that.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot about Fizzy. Hey Fizzy, you're a great wizard like me. You should go.
Yeah, I am a great wizard. Thank you for saying so.
I know.
Who are you again?
I'm your bestest pal, Linus. Remember I gave you your hat?
Wait a minute. That's my. You're wearing that hat.
Oh, so
That's
I am. Oh,
my
here you go.
hat.
He gives his hat back to him.
Then we would need.
Flint just shakes his head.
Fizbin is what? A human?
He's a human.
Okay.
Old human. But a human.
I
He's
know
skinny enough that he could fit through that space. Whether he can climb up that chain, who knows? But in theory, he could fit through the space.
Between me and Fizzy, we got it taken care of. Don't worry about it. You just tell me when. I'll start climbing. Can I climb now? Can I go up the chain now? I want to go up now. Can I go up now?
No.
No.
So
Why not?
getting the men across the courtyard and down through here would be difficult, right?
Yes.
It would be easier to sort of lock them out.
It would be easier to get them through the main gates because of where they're located.
Right.
I don't think you need to get the men anywhere. You just need to tell the men that the women and children are
Right,
safe.
but we still need the men out of here.
Rise
Though.
up.
You still need the men out of here because
Well, yeah,
if you
but they can.
because otherwise you're not saving anybody.
Well, but that's
Wait a second,
that
though.
they can fight their way to this back entrance. Is what I'm saying.
If we spring the defense mechanism, does that lock the men in?
Yes, that's why we need to get everybody out before.
But wouldn't being locked in be good? Because then they can just come out this way.
The issue is once everybody is aware that you're here, this entire place goes on lockdown.
Right.
So getting everybody from where they are outside down 2 levels and out this area, 1 will be very difficult to do. And then 2, we would have them be able to follow us through this secret exit that they don't currently know about. And then just be able to track them down, kill them, or take them back prisoners or whatever. So if we can get them through get the children and women out through here before anybody's aware, which is why I suggest that you dress as the women that would go. We can unlock these doors, wait until the children come down, everybody leave at once. Gilthanus and his team can escort the women and children out while the rest of you get the other women, get somebody to, or somehow get to the men to tell them that the children are safe and the women are safe, and then hopefully get everybody in the confusion out the doors before the Kender and the bumbling old wizard drop a bunch of rocks and block their exit. And Gilthanus says, and then I can also magically lock this door again, which I did not do last time.
And the other women, they're up where the kids are, so they would all come down with at the same time, right?
Right.
Yeah, ideally.
There you go.
And we would escape with the men in the commotion.
The rest of you, yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
All right.
Okay.
So I can turn Zarek invisible.
Okay.
Disguise myself as a hobgoblin, and escort this prisoner as I pull half-elven forward across the courtyard to notify the men
Ooh, there you go.
that the plan is happening.
Tanis gives you a look, but the others have no problem with that idea.
Time for you to prove what side you're on.
Who's going to go notify the kids and the women on the upper level?
Well, you all are going to do that first, aren't you? Make sure they get out.
Okay.
And then-
Yeah, that's the first thing.
You're
we
right.
gotta do.
You're right.
And then
You gotta go past that way anyway.
Once the prison riot starts, you guys will know, and that will be your cue, Linus, to go climb the chain.
Find the chain. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Goral and Flint and can add to the confusion on your end. You can secure us a way through the gate from this side.
You just going to tell the guys to wait X amount of time and then start the riot?
Well, once we know that the children are free, we'll go and be like, "Hey, the children are free." Once we give a signal, and then
that's the thing. What's the signal to let them know?
I'll give a signal.
Oh, they'll know the signal.
We can. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you want the signal to be, Goral?
Whippoorwill.
Maybe Goral like rushing out, killing some draconians from behind.
That's right. When you hear the draconians screaming in pain, that will be the signal.
Thank you, Sheldon Poplin Morley, for following. Huzzah!
Huzzah!
Thanks, Sheldon.
So I will leave Sheba with Goral, and once we free the children, I'll leave Sheba with Goral. Zarek and I will take Half Elven across the courtyard, alerting all of the men that the children and women are out and safe, and for us to start the riot. And then once we do that, I'll give Goral the signal through Sheba that he can start his distraction or signal, and then we'll go forward.
Yes.
Perfect.
All right. So you guys going to take a short rest first?
I think so.
Yes.
All right.
Definitely short rest.
You guys, we're going to go to break. During the rest, during the break, you guys can put together your short rest stuff and get all that worked out. And we will be back momentarily. So thanks everybody for hanging out with us on D&D Friday, and we'll be back momentarily.
Yeah, don't go nowhere because you get to see a bunch of people die.
I can't wait for this part. Bye.
Be right back.
And we're back, but we might be... I think we're back. Anyway. Of course, he's sitting in the wrong seat. Tell him to move over.
All he's got to do is scooch.
Scooch
Hey, guys,
over.
I'm
Joe,
sorry.
you're in the wrong seat.
Yeah, so 1 second left.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Since I have this on here, we'll figure this out. We've got some stuff going on, so we're missing a couple people for a moment, but they'll be back shortly. So anyway, guys, you've taken a short rest. I'll put you back on the battle map. Oh, by the way, we are playing DragonLance, for those of you who may have just joined. The original modules, and playing them in 5e with all original characters. Although, some of your favorites from the books and the modules have popped up in NPC form, including Tanis Half-Elven, who is currently a prisoner of this group. So, you guys took a short rest in the, what do you call it? The prison cell. We're going to start with Linus, because basically we've got 2 groups right now, which are going to turn into 3 groups. So, from what I understand of the plan, and tell me if I missed anything, Linus and Fizbin are going to attempt to climb the chain to the mechanism that will release the rocks, the boulders, and block the door once all of the prisoners are freed. The rest of the group are going to dress like women, go with Marita to try to rescue the children and get them past Flamestrike, the dragon. From that point, Gilthanas, Goldmoon, Curlithlon are going to take the women and children out through the Slumori. Gilthanas is going to lock that door magically and meet you guys in the caverns to the south. Then the rest of you are then Zane and Zarek are going to take Tanis. Zarek is going to cast an invisibility spell on... No, Zane is going to cast... I can't get these goddamn names. Now I know how... I was always annoyed because I have a twin brother named Anthony, Adam and Anthony. I could never understand why people couldn't get our names right. Now I get it. Now I get it. It took me this long, but I finally figured out how, even though they're 2 different names, it's very easy to mix them up. Yeah. No. That's the problem when you have the same name. I have cousins. Michelle, Megan, Mary, and Melissa. You think I get any of their names right? God, I mean, come on. I've got another set of cousins. Kenny, Keith, Kurt, and Michael. Explain that one. Where'd Michael come from? Ran out of K names. So anyway, the Zane is going to cast an invisibility spell on Zarek. Going to use disguise self on himself. Dress up or disguise himself to look like a hobgoblin. Is going to take... Oh, did I freeze? I think you guys can hear me. No, you're frozen. I can hear me, and they can hear me too. Am I back? Yeah, I'm back. I believe everybody else heard me. So Zarek is going to disguise self as a hobgoblin, take the invisible Zarek and the tied up prisoner Tanis. I still love that, by the way. Pretend they're locking him up and gonna alert the other prisoners. get them out. They in the commotion, which was going to spring Garel and Lorana, I guess, is the only two. Oh, and Flint. Garel, Lorana, and Flint. The action hero. This is like Sean Hobbs, motherfucker. We got. If you haven't seen that movie, it's awesome, by the way. To help get everybody out, and Linus is going to spring the defense mechanism. You're not. We can still hear you. Everyone can hear me too, I think, because this is still fine. Yeah, it is. You're right. So shut the fuck up, is what I'm saying. Shut up. I can hear you guys the entire time, and I'm trying to tell everybody else who can hear me what's going on. I'm trying. I'm thinking about the poor people at home watching this debacle. I love that word. Anyway. Right, we're already well past that. You're going to put down the mechanism, and everything's going to go according to plan. Nobody has come up with a plan for the dragon, but we'll worry about that when the time comes. That's what I'm hearing. Okay, so, Linus. You and Fizbin are going to go back into the chain room. Okay, that room is Nombre 35. For those of you following along in the module at home. And nope. You can't think of any spells that'll get you up there now. You're gonna have to climb it. Alright. This is I was right the first time. It was 100 feet. So you guys are gonna have to make a number of dex checks. Or acrobatics rolls, I guess, would work for you as well. All right. So, roll. Or do you have something else? Okay. Okay. You know you can do that up to like 6 people, right? Or 5 people? 5 people. It's not a... Well, it's not a rope. Are you wearing my hat again? And this is a chain. Oh, look at this. What do you call this spell? Interesting. What are you rolling? Oh, yeah. All right, you're good. All right, so you guys, how long does this is, for how long does this last? 1 minute. To go 100 feet. 10, 6, we'll let you go. We'll let you get away with it. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry, Captain Mymorph. I have this off.
What, the volume?
Yeah. That was my fault. Thank you for letting me know. And
So
thank
how
you,
much of this
Zort.
was silent?
Everything from...
Everything up to this point?
Except for me. They could hear me. Which the
okay.
good thing is they couldn't hear you whenever I was frozen to you. So anyway, so Linus cast Featherfall preemptively, so they're light as a feather and just pull themselves up.
Yeah.
I did mute them all. You're right. Because I'm tired of listening to their bullshit. Let's be honest, guys at home.
Oh, they missed all that witty banter between me and Will without Adam.
They did.
That's true.
Never to be heard again. All right. So you guys, I'm going to bring you to a different part of the map.
Well, you don't have to do that. I mean, is there something we got to do while we're up there?
Well,
Wait for the signal.
Oh God! If he's got to take us to a map, then there's something going to happen up there.
I didn't think it was going to be that easy, did you?
Well,
All right,
that's why I
so-
got Fizzy with me.
I'm going to reveal an area. Make sure I'm revealing the right area. That was right. Okay. Okay, so... Oh, this is really... I'm trying to use these old isometric maps from the original module.
I'm
Oh, wow.
surprised nobody has done a map path.
There is something that I only have the one. I don't know where the other ones. 2 of them disappeared. I had 3 of them, and I only have the middle portion right now.
Oh, so you're just wanting to get through the first part?
Yeah. So anyway, I mean, for this part, it's fine for this. So anyway, you see this. You guys make your way up to area 61 there, which you can now see.
I can't.
It's up the top. I see
What?
it.
Oh, at the
it's
top.
way-
Oh,
yeah,
I'm sorry.
scroll
I'm
up,
sorry.
yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah,
gotcha.
you don't see it anyway. Only Will's guy and Fizbin. All right, I'm gonna try to make this clear, but it's not easy. Anyway, you get the idea. You see a hole
Yes. Oh, okay.
down here. If you peek over that,
Yes.
you see well, you're not really at the stairway. You don't see those doors. Well, you see at the end of that, you do see on right where that 58 is on that side, you do see 2 doors.
Okay.
On that door, there is the ancient symbol of peace in Kryn, which is a lute. The artwork dates these doors to the period of the what do you call it? The Elven and Dwarven cooperation when Pax Tharkis was built.
Yeah. Fizzy and me go over to the doors. We got time to kill. Go.
On the way over, there's that hole.
Yeah.
You hear voices coming from a good deal down. Like, they're not right below you. They're a good deal down. They're probably a good 60 feet down from where you are.
Okay.
Do you look?
Of course, we peek over the edge.
Roll a stealth check.
I got this. I think. I'm pretty sure I got stealth. I'm a Kendra for crying out loud. I do not.
All
19, baby.
You feel like you're stealthy. I'm going to use your roll for Fizbin, too. You see a huge looming chamber, which obviously exits to where you are above. There are also doors below. Obviously the throne room for the elven and dwarven races that built the great fortress. Tall columns brace the ceiling, and a huge stone throne occupies a central spot. Tall silvery mirrors line the walls, creating the impression that the room is even bigger than it really is. In the middle of the west wall, a pair of huge doors, easily 12 foot high by 20 feet wide, lead from the throne room. You also notice, I guess you'd see this from where you are now,
Mm-hmm.
another opening here, which you can sort of see there, and you can see that where those big double doors were probably leads to that opening. Hard to tell for sure, but that's what you think.
Now, can we sneak over and look down that other hole?
No, not from where you are right now. You got to go through doors to do that. You could just see it from where you
Oh,
are.
that's a room right here.
Yes, there's a room. Yeah, there's a room there. There's a door
And then
to
there's-
a room.
Then we have to.
And these were the doors you were going to on this side.
Mm-hmm.
You're right here, right now, which is why you can now see this.
Yeah. Who's down there talking?
I'm going to tell you.
All right.
A figure seated in the throne wears a hideous mask of a dragon lord. Not that you know that because it's the first dragon lord you've seen. Take a look at the picture on the overlay, and that's what it looks like for those of you at home. His hoarse voice rasps from behind the grotesque covering, addressing a cringing figure before him. Someone that you have not met, but the audience has. As he says, "Toad, you miserable rodent. You have the gift of ruining the simplest plans. As if kidnapping the elf maiden wasn't bad enough. Now, thanks to your idiocy, your incompetence, that cleric has been allowed to live, bringing my opposite power back among men. Find them and slay them all. Bring me their heads before the day is out. If that traitor that I planted among them does not do the job,
Fuck, Tannis is a traitor.
then the task is on your shoulders. Hear me well, Toad. Either your head or theirs will decorate my throne room tonight." The figure before the Dragon Lord cringes even more and begins to speak in a pathetic whine. "Your most worshipful lord, I offer my hopelessly inadequate apology. If I had known the ones you seek were imprisoned in my caravan, I would have brought you their heads personally, as I brought you the head of the elf maid, Lorana." He did not bring her the head.
Right.
"If not for the treachery of one of the lonesome Agar," which are Gully Dwarves, "they would even now be kneeling before you, prisoners to your tender mercies." "Enough!" roars the Dragon Lord. "You have my warning. Now go." The voice lowers, heavy with menace. "And Toad, do not fail me again." So, Viewmaster Toad, the hobgoblin, scurries out the door, which would be directly below if you're looking at the map. And Verminard sits back in his throne. You also see that there are 6 K-Pack Draconian guards in the throne room. And they're all sort of standing toward that door that Viewmaster Toad left.
Okay.
And he seems to go back to studying something. Hard to tell what. It's on a piece of parchment, but you from this distance, even with your keen Kender eyes, you obviously can't read what that is.
Yeah. All right, cool. Now we'll go over to the door.
Which one? That one?
Yeah, the one with the loot.
All right. You open that up.
Hell yeah, we do.
Brings you to a landing with a staircase.
Oh shit, we're supposed to be finding the mechanism. I almost forgot. Typical Kender fashion. That's okay though. I'm in character and I didn't even know it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that we'll have to check this out later. So we'll go back over to this other door to that room.
All right. That is also open. And that brings you to here. And it continues down a hallway there. And that... Many slender columns support a high ceiling. 20 feet from the wall, the floor drops sharply into a deep pit. Actually, 2 pits separated by a stone wall. The larger of these 2 is well lit. Voices right from inside, that's what you heard before. The second smaller pit is dark.
Ah, man, I can't see down there. Well, okay, we got to find this mechanism thing.
All right. There is, I mean, there is more to this room. It goes.
Oh, okay.
If you want to continue.
Oh, yeah. We'll go down then.
This leads to 2 doors.
We'll go in.
Which one? There's also a door.
Oh, I see the other one.
Yeah, there's
We'll
basically
do this
3.
one
There's
first.
one here. This one.
Oh, then we'll do that one first. Yeah, that one up there.
All right. Leads to another hallway. I wish I could do this fog of war thing a little bit easier, but you get the idea. That continues around a corner.
Okay. Well, then we'll go down the hall into this room down here just to see what's in there.
All right. In that room, the huge room is chilly, exposed to the autumn drafts by a number of slit windows along the curving walls. It follows the angle of the wall of the fortress out of sight, but you can follow it around. It basically goes. I'm just going to highlight this because that's just a little hallway.
Yeah. Then
It
we're gonna.
goes-
Yeah.
all around the room here.
Ah.
The entire outer wall of the room is covered with paintings. The different styles and varying degree of aging indicate that they were created over a long span of Kryn's history. The paintings show woodland scenes, rugged mountains, several views of Pax Tharkis, and portraits of various elves and dwarves dressed in fine costume. You can tell just by the dust on the floor that nobody has been in here in centuries. Probably more.
No mechanism in here.
No mechanism in here.
God bless America. Okay.
The first paintings show a high mountain pass glittering in the light of the sun. Snowfields flash among the peaks, and the thick forests cover the lower slopes. Many streams, swollen by the ponds and waterfalls, wind into the lowlands. A large band of sturdy dwarves labor in the pass, building the stone wall across the opening. Now many elves appear, bearing huge logs on low wagons, and the wall takes on a familiar form. First, the main wall of Pax Tharkis goes up, elves and dwarves working side by side in the monumental task. Then, even as 2 curtain walls rise on the slopes below the below the main wall, 2 mighty towers begin to inch their way into the sky. After a few pictures displaying the various stages of construction, during which the seasons make the yearly cycle several times, the fortress assumes its current shape. Following this series are a number of portraits displaying various elves and dwarves, usually dressed in shiny plate mail and bearing gleaming weapons. A number of these paintings have been crudely defaced. Then begins a series where the mighty dragons rage about the towers of Pax Tharkis. Acid, lightning, fire, and cold all rain down upon the courageous defenders, driving them from the parapets to shelter within the solid walls. Soon, mighty dragons land all over the fortress, and it seems that the mighty Pax Tharkis has fallen. But then, new weapons appear. Long, slender, and gleaming like polished silver, these lances are carried by fighters of highest courage. Slowly, at a fearful cost, the dragons are driven from the towers and walls. Great gashes burrow into their scaly hides as they begin to bleed and die. Finally, although the parapets are red with the defenders' blood, the skies are free of dragons, and it seems that peace has once again returned. At this point, the course of history has carried halfway around the room. Several more portraits follow, this time displaying human leaders in historic poses. Then the series ends. Faded spots on the wall show that more paintings hung here at one time. A pile of blackened ashes at the far end of the room provides a clue to their fate.
Well, obviously, somewhere here on this here painting where it's all falling apart, it's got to be some kind of secret thing you're doing, my hicker, that makes everything fall apart.
Don't you think that somebody just set fire to it?
Well, what do you know?
Nothing, I suppose.
Oh, well, excellent.
How did you get my hat again? Is that my hat?
No, you're here. All right. Well, he's going to definitely take a look at the mural and all this different stuff, because there's obviously nothing else up here,
Right.
unless we got to go down those stairs. So he's going to be checking out this painting, trying to figure out if he can find something on it that would maybe be used to activate the boulders.
No,
So,
nothing in here.
okay, so I don't even have to roll. Cool.
Nope.
All right.
Painfully obvious.
All right. Oh man, that means we got to go downstairs. I don't want to go downstairs. Come on, Fizzy.
Well, there's also a way, and I didn't highlight it enough over here, past the other doors, but you just decided to go through the doors.
Oh, so we took the long way around. All right, we'll go before we go down the stairs. Then we'll check this one last thing out.
Okay. You find another hallway, which leads to a door. You go
We'll
through
go
the
down
door.
Yes, we do.
All right. You find
Oh my gosh.
a passageway.
Oh my god, man, my legs are getting tired. Here, come on, Fizzy.
And you notice there's a... Well, I'll read it, I suppose. A narrow stone walkway covered with dust leads through the length of the Thardakian wall. High above the ground, to the right, 10 feet below, are scattered piles of massive granite. To the left, the mighty chain stretches across the darkness. Many chains, only slightly smaller, lead from this massive chain underneath the walkway, apparently connecting somehow with the stone blocks on the right.
Yeah, I see. Okay, so I'm going to check out the chains and see if I can figure out, like, is there a pin or something that I pull and then that'll let all that garbage fall.
All right, roll an investigation check.
Man, I knew you'd say that. 6. Fizzy, help me out here. You're a wizard.
All right, Fizman will also roll an investigation check. All right, that's plus his intelligence. So yeah, he says, "Oh, what's that down in the corner? Clearly labeled A."
It's written in dwarf. I can't read that. Or maybe it's elf. I
Yeah.
can't
So
read that
if you look all the way down,
all the way over here
in the corner,
yeah,
you see a large screw and winch mechanism can be used to release the chain.
Oh, jeez.
So the problem is...
Yeah, the problem is...
very big.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But...
All right.
Are you going to do it now?
I'm just going to test it.
All right.
Because it's a screw. It's got to go around a couple of
it's like
revolutions,
it's a screw
right?
and a winch, so you've got a handle to pull or to push. Mm-hmm. Righty tighty, lefty loosey.
Okay, so I could just give it a nudge, and see if it's going to give it all. Or
roll
if I need
a strength or athletics check.
This is what I'm talking about. So there you go. 3.
Doesn't
wait, no, hold on. Because of the fabulous viewers before, I have some inspiration to use.
Okay.
I'm going to use one of my inspiration.
All right.
So let's go back. Okay. Second time. Here it goes. That's right. 8. I just need to spend like 4 more.
You feel like it could move if only you could get it to move.
No shit.
But like you feel like you're really confident that you felt something give a little bit. There's no indication of that in the boulders of granite below.
Okay, so with taking a look at this screw and wench mechanism
Winch, not
thing,
wench. That's a completely different thing altogether.
that's what I said.
Screwing
like-
the wench is not a possibility here.
It's a completely different game. So the does it look like it's rusted and whatnot, and or like got a bunch of gunk on it? So maybe that
I mean, it
has
looks a
something
little
to
bit
do with it?
rusted because it's been here for a very long time.
Okay, so one, I'm going to use prestidigitation to clean it up.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so hold on, got to make a roll. Okay, we're good.
Okay.
And then I guess I don't need to use mending. Prestidigitation do the same thing.
It's not broken.
Yeah, exactly. So
You did seem to freshen up some of it, because this is a cantrip. Freshen up some of it by the, where you're starting to pull, get rid of some of the rust. It looks a little bit better.
okay.
But still,
Do I think I need to cast it more than once?
if I thought that you had any idea what you were doing, I would give an answer to that, but I don't know how to respond to how.
So
what do you think you need to do?
So he's going to cast it one more time just to
Okay.
be sure.
All right.
Okay.
Roll
Right.
again. D20.
Yeah, here it comes. Okay.
All right. Yep. Yeah, you clear
And
off
then-
some more.
Okay. So now he'll try it again just to give it just a nudge. Just a nudge. All right, Fizzy, hold up. Back away. No, actually, no, don't.
My name is Fizzban. Fizzban the Fabulous.
Yes, Fizzbad. Sorry.
I
Here we
don't
go.
call you. What's your name?
16. I am Linus the gotta think of another word with an L. Because you're Fizzbang the Fabulous. You got the FF thing going on.
lazy, lethargic.
That's just rude. Okay, so how will the 16 do?
It moves a little bit, and you
Okay,
and
cool.
you and the chains give a little bit.
Okay, cool. We figured it out. All right. So, it's gonna be really hard to hear when things are going, and they need us to do this.
Oh, we
all
can
the
just
way
look
down
over
here.
the top behind you. Turn around.
Oh, down here.
If you look over this
Down
way,
Yeah.
you can see the entire courtyard from here.
Oh, okay. Wow. This is kind of uneventful. I'm kind of bored now. They need to hurry up.
Fizban says, "I agree," and he sits back, puts his hat over his eyes, and he's immediately snoring.
I take his hat.
All right, you are now wearing his hat.
Excellent. Okay, cool.
So I think what we're gonna do is call it here for tonight, since we've got one of the 4 others.
Since there's only 2 party members right now.
Yeah. And Gorell's job is to
dress up.
smash after once things go bad or well.
Right. Or depending
yeah.
on your point of view.
So since we're at 11:30, we're gonna end it a little bit early tonight. Sorry about
Okay.
that, folks, but we've got a number of things going on.
Unforeseeable.
tonight. Yeah. So sorry about that, but some things came up that folks have to deal with. Life happens, Not to me.
Hey,
but to
they got
others.
to see. You know what?
What?
Here you go. Chat, if you can think of a good word for Linus to have after
The leaper.
Linus.
Linus the
No,
Leaper?
it's got to be like
The
something
leper?
spectacular. No,
Oh,
no, like Linus the Ludicrous. No,
The
but you
lavish.
started saying
The
Luscious.
lavish makes him luscious.
That sounds like a point.
Linus the Luscious in Dragonlance.
Okay, on second thought,
Watch
skip it.
Linus the Luscious use his
it.
Dragonlance tonight on Wicked Studios LLC.
Yeah, skip it. No, and my morph, he is on the lookout for a nice blanket. I'm gonna get one.
Yeah. My Marth also says use your thieves' tools as if you're actually a
Give me
thief.
bag. I have used my feed tools.
Yeah,
I could
you,
just
you
I
got very
could
good with them.
I couldn't use it on a winch.
No.
So, but there you go.
Well, you could have tried. Wouldn't have helped, but you could have done it.
Yeah,
So
but the
anyway,
magic was cooler.
guys, check us out here Tuesday nights. Everything's at 9 p.m. here. Makes it easy. This way we don't forget. Tuesday nights,
Adam doesn't.
Greyhawk Adventures, where we play in the classic Gary Gygax world of Greyhawk. Wednesday nights, we throw caution to the wind. And instead of playing Dungeons and Dragons, I don't play anything. I've got that night off. But Will plays in the Vampire the Masquerade 5e. Is that the new version?
It's the 5th edition.
The
yes.
5th edition. I don't know how new
They
it is.
call it V5. It's actually, I think it came out last year.
V5.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, just last year.
I don't know because I've never played it. But they're playing
It's
the
very
Vampire the Masquerade game, Wicked City Kindred.
Am I right on this, Kemcham? That would totally be Adam's game
I
'Cause
think so.
because he could
honestly.
just talk tons and tons and tons.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, no one invited me to.
That was a
play, so
compliment,
thanks.
even
Yeah,
though
I
you don't
appreciate
realize
it.
it was.
Thank you.
No, was it?
I'm still going to take it as such. And on that was Wednesdays, and on Fridays, of course, we have DragonLance. Usually, there's more of us, but thank you guys for hanging out with us here on a Friday night. So, have a great weekend. Be safe.
Wash those hands.
Wash your hands. Don't forget to love each other. Let's put away all the bullshit. And we'll be back here Tuesday night to play some Greyhawk.
I just want to hug you now, Adam.
Oh, that's sweet. Thank you. That was a sweet moment. I'm glad you were all here to witness that.
Right? Hold on. See it? Oh, I did it.
Oh, look at this.
There you go.
Will's
Right back at
transformation into a teenage girl is complete.
you. You gotta die.
Huh. I didn't expect that part of it. Anyway,
Oh,
guys. Thanks again for watching. Sorry for bailing a little bit early, but we got the bulk of it out. And next time, we are going to conclude the Dragons of Flame module.
They were asking earlier, what's the next module?
The next
Dragons of-
module.
Dragons of
I don't know if
Hope?
you can see it. Dragons of Hope.
Aha!
It's
Whoever
hard
said
to
that
see.
was correct.
Yeah. Dragons of Hope is next.
Is that when you're going to actually have maps that work then?
No. Fuck you. No, of course not.
And there goes the love right out the
Yeah.
window.
No, that's still with
It's
love.
really annoying because I've got to put together those other fucking maps. Well, I guess I don't need to do the bottom one again. But the middle one, if that's not there. Anyway, well, I'll figure that out on my own. We'll see you guys next time. Check us out here, Wicked Studios .tv/ nope, twitch.tv/Wicked Studios LLC, or YouTube /Mr. MR ATOMPL, Mr. Adam PL, or Facebook /Wicked Studios, or Facebook /Greyhawk Adventures. And we will check you guys out next time. Thanks a lot for hanging out with us. Have a great week.
Deuces.